Well, I've got good news and bad news, I guess. And, well, may as well go over them both now. So, welcome back, everybody, to the next bonus episode for Let's Play Ninja Gaiden Black. This is your host, the MJ406. And to start off with, I'll say this. There's actually not that many differences between Very Hard and Master Ninja. There are differences, but they're not quite as apparent as they were from normal hard and hard to very hard. So I don't actually have that much to show off. That being said, it is still the highest plateau amongst the ranks of Ninja, Master Ninja. This is a journey to hell so intense it defies description in the lowly tongues of men. Can you overcome the tribulations before you and achieve the ultimate honor? I may as well go into it at the start to show you what it's like, and also, since we have the classic Ryu Hayabusa costume from the arcade/NES Ninja Gaiden, so I guess this is more the arcade one. May as well stick with that. So let's get started. May as well go to the beginning with... Oh no. Well, here we go. Now for the real fun. So, yeah, Master Ninja starts off with you fighting freaking Flame Ninjas. They're the first ninja type you encounter in the game. The freaking toughest ninja in the game is your first type. Yeah. That's honestly part of what makes Master Ninja so brutal. Like, here's the thing. I don't think the difficulty jump between, you know, very hard to Master Ninja is that crazy. That being said, one of the biggest things to expect is that you're going to basically be fighting, like, the toughest type of enemy types basically throughout the entirety of the game. So, yeah. Just expect a lot of Flame Ninjas in particular are very plentiful in the early parts of the game. So yeah, hopefully you know your basic techniques for taking care of ninja enemies, or else they are going to be a nightmare. Oh, and as always, not that I've ever mentioned it, it's not a bad idea to you know, charge your ultimate attack using the surrounding essence, so that way you can, you know, do strong attacks against these guys. And as always, the instant death maneuver I like to do. Ow. And yeah, because of the high damage the Flame Ninjas do in particular, they're honestly part of what makes the first chapter honestly the hardest part of the game. This was the part I struggled with the most, but, well, if you guys don't think you can actually do good defense and maneuver around them, well, there's a cheesing strategy. So like, ow. The cheesing strat I did to get through this eventually. Wall techniques, although it didn't help this time. Yeah, I did learn you can start doing a lot of wall running tactics, because while you do the attack from there, it's basically the same as an ultimate technique or essence technique, whatever. Basically, you can't take damage during it, so you can spam that if it really becomes that troublesome. Otherwise, get very good at blocking and dodging, because those ninjas make it just the worst to get through Chapter 1 in particular. Like, I hate the amount of Flame Ninjas they have in the game now. So yeah, that's the biggest difference, honestly. Just frequently dealing with the toughest enemies in the game. Otherwise, it's not much different. So, what's left to go over then, you may be wondering? I'm so glad you asked. I decided I may as well go over the rest of the bosses I haven't gone over in the last 2 episodes, showing their increased difficulty. I'll start with this one because, well, yeah, I haven't shown him recently, and I need to show you the enemies that are around when you battle him either. So yes, this guy's honestly not that bad, as long as you keep your feet moving for this attack. Otherwise, just stay close to him. As long as you do that, you should be fine, but, oh, I struggle with that. Yeah! No! So yeah, this boss, honestly for me, I feel like it's best to be aggressive with him and stay close and personal with him, because otherwise you get blasted with the frickin' lasers, which suck. And yeah, it can easily eat you up. Oh, by the way, you're also down 1 less Great Spirit Elixir and Elixir Spiritual of Life and your max as well, so yeah. Basically, just try to dodge his grab move in particular. Once he does 2 attacks in a row, try to dodge so you can, yeah, get ready for another set of attacks. Yeah, Unfortunately, it's just the grab move is a real trouble spot. You see the other officers there? They're in the way of this fight. Honestly, they just get in the way, so you're better off just ignoring them if you can help it. Ah! But yeah, just make sure you dodge appropriately or else he'll be a bitch. Yeah, just be aggressive with that guy in particular. You should be fine. He's not the worst, but he's certainly, you know, if you don't get in the right rhythm, it can really screw you over and make you die very quickly. Oh, right. I forgot that was another one of the bosses as well. Oh, yeah. He's really into eating women, too. I mean, I would be, too, but, you know, I just feel that's a little much. So this boss as well. Yeah, you can see the frickin' strongest imps are here already. Like I said, though, with some of the bosses, it kind of depends. You could be better off ignoring the little enemies. You can also choose to get them out of the way. They're also good source of healing, so honestly, at least for like hard and very hard, they're actually a great source of you getting some energy back if some of these boss fights are a little tougher for you. Although, honestly, yeah, you just have to be smart with certain bosses. Like, for example, this one, honestly, the good thing about a lot of the bosses in this game is that a lot of the other little grunt enemies they have are basically victims of friendly fire. So, you know, if you get them caught up in some of the boss's attacks, you're better off. Ow! Just, you know, just watch out for if they actually get in the way of you trying to fight off the boss. With this one in particular, just try to stay close, but keep yourself moving so you don't get whipped by the tentacles. Just do Flying Swallow or your regular mid-air strong attack in order to try to cut off the tentacles. And don't forget, as usual, they drop some of the blue essence for you to heal. So, yeah. Also, if you don't get rid of the tentacles fast enough and only get rid of one, the other one might regenerate. So, yeah. Just don't give it the time to actually regenerate. One of its tentacles, you chop it off. Otherwise, yep, easy. Ignore the foes, just focus on that. As long as you dodge well, you're fine. Yep. Even the simple bosses are being brought back for this. I guess boss rush, I'm basically doing a boss rush at this point for this episode. At least the ones, again, that we haven't showed off in the other previous difficulties. And their difficulty increases. More so the enemies that are involved with them now. So, yeah. Yeah! Woo! Well, that luckily worked out for me there. But, yep. As you can see, this one has the fiend bees, or whatever the hell you want to call these things, being around. Also, if it's not obvious, this boss has a high tendency to use its tail for attacking. Honestly, this is another one of those I would say ignore the bees, because, well, once the tail whipping gets involved, they do die pretty easily to that, so just watch out for yourself. And, well, this boss, I would also say, probably not an bad idea to friggin' to attack all the limbs over time. Don't go after just one of his arms or legs entirely. Because you do, it's a good way for you to die, honestly. Oh, and obviously when you knock out one of the limbs, you can also still keep fighting, so, you know. At least when the bees are around, make sure you keep an eye on where you are, because otherwise, you know, take a bunch of unnecessary damage is certainly not fun at all. Otherwise, yeah, just pay attention to the bees, make sure you know how this thing's going to attack, you'll be fine. Just watch out for any stomping, grabbing, and tail whipping. And this boss is still a joke. Well, I would say it's arguably one of the easiest bosses in the entire game. So, yeah. Just don't get hit by its tail or its hands and feet, and you're perfectly fine. Oh, yeah, if you guys are wondering why I haven't shown off any of the other items... Right. Yeah. Cool, they bring out the friggin' Vigorian Berserkers here. Good timing, considering now is when you get the frickin' Dobolaro. Down here instead of up there for some reason. But yeah. That's the thing. You actually don't get a lot of, like, useful items for the Golden Scarabs this time. At least, not early on. It's later you get the stuff that you would want to get with the, items. So yeah, you got Vigorian Berserkers here in Chapter 8. You can try to go with Dabalaro. Otherwise, you have the Armored Soldiers that are now here instead of only debuting in Chapter 9, like they did on Very Hard. So yep, same rule applies before. With the standard gunners, do not do Flying Swallow, you're guaranteed to get countered. Otherwise, just try to kill them. Also, I don't know if I mentioned it. The tanks, you can take out the guns on there, so you can actually make it easier for you to get through that as well. Now, speaking of the items we get for this difficulty, may as well finally take the time to go over the items that I could get. Because you haven't noticed, I haven't turned in a single Golden Scarab yet. There's been no point. Because the items you get, oh, you're a ninja. Isn't that nice? Hey, you find some Golden Scarabs. Why have 20 of them on you? They never used for until now. I guess not. Okay, here you go. For 1, you get smoke bombs. I got more for you. For 5, you get a regular elixir. I got even more for you. For 10, you get a great spirit elixir. Hang on, you want to keep getting them? 15, you get elixir the devil way. And I'll give you this exchange. 20, you get great devil elixir. So you basically get one of every single healing item. Because I was maxed out most of the time, I didn't feel like getting them until now. But, you know, first on the fight, didn't need to show it off again. You guys can see that enough already. You're probably going to see it again. Oh, and you can't upgrade the Dabalaro in full until you get to Chapter 10. So, yep. Right now, all you got is basically the weak Dabalaro. I think you get up to level 2 in Chapter 9, but that only becomes relevant at the end of the chapter. Oh, I never mentioned, you also get the looter at the very start of Chapter 1 instead of having to get it from that pot in the one room where you have the ninjas coming down from that ceiling. And yeah, prices have risen as usual. I haven't mentioned that yet, but prices have risen. Also, you have to buy all your techniques, which all become available as of Chapter 3, I think. Yeah. Well, all these Chapter 3, which does make it easier, but you actually have to go your way and make sure you get them. So, you know, spend your yellow essence on what you want to, and then worry about, you know, everything else later. Are you going to get out of here already? You're just going to keep talking your ass off. That's my job. All right, sorry. We're going to skip Chapter 9 because there's nothing to go into, so now time for the meaty part of this Chapter 10, which I hate. Yeah, because you can't deal with laser crabs. Fuck you! Well, you always do find yourself useful in Chapter 10, because that's where I have a lot of Golden Scarabs. Also, you fully upgrade my Dabalaro again. Of course, you seem so unreliable without that thing. Hey, you got 30! Okay, we're 25, we'll give you this! More smoke bombs? Hey, you can be using them more, honestly. You're not wrong. Hey, let me give you something useful! Ione's rations! What else do you get those from Ione? Don't worry about it. Okay, fine. Take a look whenever you like. Get the hell out of here. Or I can take a look at whatever I like. You just want to be gone. As usually get shitty items from some of the chests now. They're very generous on normal, I realize. But yes! We also have a new item. A rice ball flavored with sweet red beans. Heals reuse wounds slightly. Basically have an alternative regular elixir of spiritual life to get. So, oh yeah, like I said, yeah, you start having these guys show up in Chapter 10 of the other imps. So yeah, these laser crabs, they're awful. So honestly, if I were you, make use of your nidpos to get rid of them in particular, because I'll say, they're fine on their own. When you have a crowd, yeah, you're better off trying to kill them off. You always run away from a cow you really don't want to fight it. For example, I never want to kill the enemies in here, because they're in the stand hallway, which frickin' sucks! I'm done with this shit. Who hath summoned me? God damn it, not another one. These things are everywhere, I swear. All these fiends and demons, there's too much after a while. I'll just kill them like I have been, repeatedly. Yeah, as I would expect you to do. Except this boss! Definitely uses his lasers to take care of these frickin' imps. Also, it's the only boss that summons 3 enemies to his side instead of just, 2. Which, honestly, I find pretty freaking annoying. But again, like I said, for certain situations like this, don't be afraid to use your ninpo. It can make the difference between surviving and dying. Otherwise, this boss is basically the same. So yeah. Oh, and also the gauntlets, I realized. They keep adding enemies to the gauntlets as you keep going up in difficulty. Which, yeah. But, yeah. No. They keep adding enemies to the gauntlets. I'm trying to think how many enemies it is. I'm pretty sure for the gauntlets on normal, it's 50 enemies. I think for the hard difficulty, it's, I want to say 80? For very hard, I think it's 100. What? Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure for Master Ditch it's 120. So they make the gauntlets even worse. Not to mention they already have stronger enemies for them as it is, so... You know, just adding the frickin' enemies as it is already making it worse. I mean, the worse enemies already make it harder, but the fact they have to actually, you know, increase the number of enemies you have to kill as well in each gauntlet is just rude. Yeah, this boss is pretty straightforward, right, guys? I shouldn't need to really go over this one, I don't think. Ow! But, yep. You can use your arrows to shoot it if you wish, to try to weaken it a bit, but honestly, just get behind it so it does this attack repeatedly, and then just attack its legs. Well, I guess most easily. That way, you can get it to lower its head, so you do a lot of quick shots. And then the Reedy Blade, which is that maneuver, is honestly one of my favorite moves to do with this thing. It does a lot of damage. But yep, just note, if you're far away from it, it will do its lasers. So, just know how to dodge all the attacks it does when you're up close to it, and you'll be fine. The most favorable one, of course, is the Stomp attack. The one when it jumps, I mean. And of course, the arm spread. Yes, there we go. Just, you know, be aware of the other enemies coming every time you knock out a quarter of a boss's health. It always sucks when you have attacks that... Ow! Shit! It only sucks when you have attacks that actually, you know, do, well, damage as you guard. Like, it's already bad enough there are a lot of these attacks that friggin' have guard breaks. Did you really have to frickin'... Did you really have to make it so not only do they break my guard, they also do damage? I mean, that is most projectile attacks, to be fair. And some attacks are just incredibly heavy hitting are like that too. So yeah. Also, I haven't mentioned this yet. This thing I never went over. You press LB, at least on a 360 or Xbox One controller, and later. You have a little meter, basically. You have a bunch of categories for how you do a battle. I'll explain that in the next boss fight we have to go over, because... In the meantime... Oh, please tell me we're not dealing with Doku again. Just get the spear gun. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna go over Doku. He does get stronger ninjas, though. He has the flame ninjas with him now, so that's also fun. Hey, 39 scarabs here! Take fragrance of the Dayflower! The hell's the fragrance of the Dayflower? You can look at it. Ionized handmade incense. When used, it replenishes reused ki power slightly. I'll go over these later, but you can tell where they are. This is basically a regular elixir of spiritual life. This is a regular elixir of the devil way. So, yep, good things to keep in mind. So without further ado, let's make our way to the next boss. But before that, oh geez, now what'd you forget? Sorry, I just realized something. I keep forgetting to go over it, but yeah, like I mentioned, you get the Art of the Inazuma for the electric worm in Chapter 10. You get it for 40 gold scarabs on very hard. How do you get on hard and Master Ninja, you may be wondering? Well, you get it from after the Ice Sloth. So yeah, you don't battle the Ice Sloth normally to get it, but why do that? See? Remember the Chamber of Racks when we fought the Ice Sloth in that big icy room? Well, you can get here early if you know how to use a special technique. Which I don't think they want you doing, but hey, it allows you to get the best Inazuma early. I think you'd also utilize this to get through the puzzle of the red and blue eyes in Chapter 7 as well. So basically, yes, you can basically extend how far your high jump takes you. You run up a wall, at the height, jump off, throw your shuriken, and then press Y. If you time everything just right, you basically get yourself up to certain places earlier than you should be. Good thing to take advantage of if you're trying to, skip ahead in some parts of the game. It's definitely helpful for speedrunning. You can master it, continue some places very easily. Skip some puzzles too, you really know what you're doing. Okay, oh, right, I also have to show off an item for gold scarabs before we keep going. Son of a... Oh, we're into the boss fighting already. We're gonna get there. Also, there's no need to go over the worms. They haven't changed. It might be more aggressive with the electric balls, the flame rings. Otherwise, they're the same. Here, 46 scarabs. Isn't that nice? Here, you get IA's ration bundle. I'm pretty sure this is the equivalent to the Great Spirit Elixir. Hey, here, have this for 45. Fragrance of Hydrangea. Pretty sure it's equivalent to the Great Devil Elixir. I didn't get rid of the magic, sure. If that's what you want to do, asshole. I gotta prove it. I do this. Why'd you waste it? Just proving a point. So yes, for 30, 35, 40, 45, you get extra healing items. If it's not obvious, try not to use those unless you absolutely do not have anything else for getting through this. And the way I played myself, I try to train myself to not need items most of the time. Get good. Seriously, save those items for the end of the game. You're probably better off. Oh, right. I forgot about the stupid dragon thing, too. Yep. Another big stupid dragon for us to fight, because, of course, why the hell not have a friggin' dragon in a game like this? And, well... Oh, good. Perfect spot. You have the undead archers helping out the dragon here, but honestly, if they spawn low, you're probably good. So, yeah. I would say use a double arrow for this fight. Because, well, it makes things easy for you. Especially when it comes to damaging this thing. And well, since we're doing this, I may as well finally go over this gauge thing. So, this! You notice that karma there? Basically, that's what determines your, ranking in certain chapters. Ah, shit. You have combos, where basically the higher combo you string, the more points you get for karma. And time, they basically give you a time limit where if you make it through the entirety of an encounter before the time limit expires, you get more, like 10,000 more karma. Whoa! So yeah, just, that's all it is. And also kill count. The enemies you kill in the encounter by the end of it will also give you more karma. Basically, this is what is key for you getting higher ranks in all the difficulties. So, you know, fight all the enemy encounters, kill all the enemies, and try to do it quickly. But also string big combos together. To make the Gregorian Flail and Nunchaku, for that particular, very useful. You see, it gets added as I get combos. And the enemy kills we get compiled after you finish the enemy encounter. But yeah, see, the friggin' double arrow does quick work on this dragon. You kind of see it as like the time limit they give you is how quickly they expect you to get through a lot of enemy encounters this game if you know what you're doing. But yeah, the undead archers, if they're not both on the bottom, you're probably going to kill the ones up top. And, well, just try to hide a blind spot. That way you can just focus on the dragon. Otherwise, go out of your way to kill them, because trust me, they will be a much bigger pain in the ass if you let them be in spots where they can hit you. Otherwise, the dragon's a joke. And there you go, there's your point bonus for that too. So yep, you see how the point bonuses work. As long as you do everything right, you get extra karma. That's what pressing LB will let you see. It is pretty neat, isn't it? And also, yeah, a lot of the lives of Thousands of Gods, they replace some of them with regular lives of the gods, but lives of Thousands of Gods are still in the same place. A lot of them are in the same places. From the boss after this chapter, the boss after chapter 6. At least they do still give you some freebies. Get these bees away from me! Why are there so many bees, damn it? My god! But yep, look at that car I got for all those kills. Just a nice reminder. But yep, I also didn't show if there was an item to get here too. Because, you know, I didn't think about it. I saw they kept respawning. It's nice that you remember. If enemies keep respawning in a row repeatedly, chances are it's a gauntlet. You get a prize for it. This one, for example, it happens to be a Talisman of Rebirth, which you can only carry 2 on friggin' hard and very hard. So, I own very hard Master Ninjas, so unfortunately, it's basically useless for me. But, you know, you want to keep extras lying around, not a bad idea to know where they are. Okay, now on to the next boss. I want a boss call and be without adding Alma to the mix. Because, oh god, fighting Alma is so much fun that I freaking hate having to battle her. And yeah, they want to get this thing done in less than 5 minutes, which is fucked up. That being said, though, ow. Ow? Okay. I was saying I've been learning a strategy for dealing with Alma, but I'm not showcasing it. So yes, Alma has these imps follow her too. And you see there's only 2 of them. So yes, I've learned a somewhat decent strategy for dealing with Alma. Ultimate attacks are definitely very handy, especially use the Arm of Celerity, but I have a safer strategy for myself. Maybe when she's airborne, do Flying Swallow. So you're lucky you can basically pierce her defense and basically knock her down. When she's on the ground, just dodge. You're lucky you can get a little swipe in so you can get some free damage. Just watch out, blocking does a lot of damage to you too, so. Yeah, you're better off trying to actually dodge her running on the ground. I'm like, ow, what I'm doing. It just sucks when she's going from running to basically saying, fuck you, I'm gonna grab you now. Yeah, basically that's my strategy for dealing with Alma here. You're Flying Swallow when she's airborne, and it's trying to swipe her, she runs by when she's on the ground. And don't stay close to her, because then she does her she does actual like attack combo on you. But yeah, ultimate techniques are a good way to handle it. For example, do that attack in particular, do a lot of damage to her. Then I'm worried how good that friggin' Dazzling Blade is. Like, look at the damage it does. Also, well, if you're tired of dealing with these little grunts, just use Dead Poe. Honestly, it's a great idea. Because having them in the way when you're getting basically abused by Alma, well, long story short, it sucks. So, yeah. And I really am doing a bad job, though, regardless. But yeah, my method's not reliable, but I would say it's a safe strategy. If you're not confident being able to pull off ultimate techniques on Alma, because it's still Alma, so it's not easy. Try to elite. Oh, God. Yeah, that's her up close combo. Dodge all her projectiles like always. Time her dodges. Oh, yeah. And those are stronger. Those are a little. She does more of those now. It's very hard or Master Ninja. Yeah, she's also just as hard as she was on very hard. The amount of whoa, you shot the temple. You could have hit Rachel with that. Would you really been happy if you killed Rachel with that? Ow. I know I was joking, but you didn't have to take it so seriously. But yeah. Just, as it is with every boss in this game, try to find your openings. If you have a method that works, just go for it. Ack! You know, just don't be stupid like I constantly am. But yeah, I learned it's not really worth attacking Alma here. Unless you think you have a method for quickly charging an ultimate attack, there's no point. Am I dead? Yeah, I'm dead. There's no point in trying to do an ultimate attack unless you think you can get it off quickly. Otherwise, say rely on Flying Swallow and hope you break through her guard. Otherwise, just dodge her moves. It's a very defensive game with Alma. Otherwise, you know, I've actually been able to handle her kind of well. Just this is a poor example. I'm not having good showings, I know, but I am getting a little better, I think. I am still feeling really bad. You know, we had such a hardcore introduction of Marvis here. It makes it seem like he's such a big threat. But he still happens to be one of the easier bosses in the game, too. So honestly, this does feel very underwhelming. You really bring us here just for that? Of course not! You should know why I really brought you here! Oh, shit! One more new fight with Evil Ryu on Master Ninja. You notice the weapon he has, by the way? It's the fully upgraded version of the wood sword. The unlabored lawfulness or flawlessness, whatever it's called. Yeah, it's basically like your sword weapon, but it's like a heavy weapon. But yep, now you're finally talking about the evil Ryus. The other 4 are the same. They don't really change their strategies, although, ow, they do overall get more aggressive. But yeah, I mentioned before that the unlabored lawfulness, or whatever this weapon, unlabored flawlessness. Yes, MJ, read it. This weapon has potential to be the best in the game. It's a heavy weapon, but you can swing it around like your dragon sword. So that alone does make it pretty useful. However, there's another added effect it has. There's another thing that makes it truly great, if you can master using it as such. Alright, by the way, you can use your ultimate and essence techniques on Evil Ryu as well, but I wouldn't recommend it. I did pull an ultimate on him once, but it didn't really do that much. So, yeah. I would not recommend it. Especially because if you try to do it, there's the opportunity for you to get hurt as well. Which sucks. Note that the weapon is starting to glow red now. Yeah, that's the other effect of the unlabored flawlessness. Basically, once you're like a quarter HP or less, it becomes stronger. So yeah, basically it gets overwhelming strength once you're at low health. Also, Evil Ryu is more prone to using his Ditpo. Still only has the fire wheels and the Inferno. I'm so glad he never does the, I'm so glad he never chooses to use the, Inazuma. And I would laugh if we decided to use the Ice Storm. It would honestly be hilarious. But yep, as usual with the Evil Ryu, just time your dodges well, and then look for an opening. Or just basically spam until you get a breakthrough. You do not want to give him space, and just, yeah. Like I said, ultimate techniques, they can work, but even doing the fully charged one, you don't get a lot of damage done, so yeah, don't expect a lot out of it. Yeah, it's still for the same thing as always. But yep, Evil Ryu, basically the same, but a little more aggressive. Just do not give him distance or the long-range attacks like the arrows, the incendiary shurikens, and all the like, and the flying swallow he'll do too. He's also able to do Zuna drop. Basically, he can be an asshole if you give him space, so do not give him space. Speaking of an enemy you want to not give space to, actually you do. For this one in particular, you do. Yes, Spirit Doku. He's actually incredibly easy. Really weird. Damn it! Now, first time you fight Doku, he seems pretty challenging and intimidating, but ow. You know you're doing a spirit fight's a joke. This attack in particular rips through him. Rips through him like cheese. It's like sliced cheese if you frickin' time this gleaming blade right. Just follow his long-range attacks. Otherwise, you're waiting for a particular stance. Basically, try to maintain your distance from him. Once he does that pose, set up your spinning blade attack. Oh, thanks for killing him for... I thought he killed him for me. I was wrong. Yeah, basically want to wait for him to have that pose when he's far away from you. Once he does, start setting it up. If you try to do that early, it will not work. He'll basically stop charging at you if you try to charge one of your ultimate techniques early. So yeah, that's the pose you want to wait for. That's your cue to frickin' charge up your gleaming blade. At least you're still easy to break out of your grab. Still doesn't feel like much when you do that to me. Unfortunately, you gotta do a full rotation of the left stick before you hit Y, or else the technique won't activate right. Come on. Oh, come on, man. You're not this hard! He's not. I'm just getting very unlucky. He's only doing his ranged attacks. Come on. Damn. Fortunately, his combo potential is still very annoying. There we go. Yep, just time it right, you're good. Again, use your Ninpo if you want to take care of the spirit fish. Not a requirement, but a recommendation. Because, yeah, spirit fish can make, well, dealing with anything else annoying. So, yeah, if you have your Ninpo or Ninpo healing items, honestly, it's a pretty good opportunity to use them, because, yeah, otherwise they'll really get in the way of you trying to get your combos on Doku. Yeah, just make sure you don't stand completely still for that frickin' throwing blade attack biz. But yeah, he's really easy. You just have to make sure you have the Gleaming Blade set up, the spinning ultimate attack, as you, yeah, that technique I've learned is incredibly useful for damaging bosses, so I'm glad I learned it. Hey, here's your evil feed for you, translations for the heck of it again. Oh, come on, why am I back here again? You can probably guess. Oh, no. Don't tell me. Oh, a second form. No. She just has fiends with her now. So, yeah. The imps are here, too. So, yeah. Not only are you still in a tight space with this, they decided to add... Ow! They decided to add frickin' the imp fiends for this fight as well. So, yeah. Like I said before, have your Ninpo healing items. Use it to wipe them out so you can just focus on the boss. Also, you can say that for, like, every single boss in these difficulties. Ow! And yeah, the tight space makes it very hard to dodge those. Oh man, I've never seen her do it this much. Wall running can't help, though. But yep, like I said before, flying swallow helps. We should have saw it last time, don't need to keep going with it, but... Now, figure I just make the point clear. They added enemies to this fight as well. Oh yeah, what would a gauntlet be without having the final boss make an appearance? Well, one of the final bosses anyway. The freaking Holy Vigor Emperor. Honestly, the only difference on the higher difficulties is that they have... The lasers are kind of harder to avoid. Otherwise, yeah. Lasers are faster. Oh god, ah! You just gotta know the blind spots for a lot of laser attacks. That's really most of what it is. Also, ow. And yeah, your Gleaming Blade move, the spinning ultimate attack, is one of your best friends for this boss fight in particular. So you do a lot of damage with it. So, yup. Just know the blind spots for the lasers, you're fine. This fight's actually pretty simple if you know what you're doing. But that's only if you know what you're doing. Damn it! Ah! The hell? Sometimes I hate the frickin' rotating thing. Doesn't feel like it works. Ah! And of course, just dodge the punches. That's not very hard to do. Get out here, frickin' Lucifer! Ow! But yeah. Yeek! Just while you're swiping attacks, do your Gleaming Blade when you can easily knock out the Vigor Emperor. It's weird, all the faster lasers, this fight's not harder. So yeah. I'm not even gonna go over the second phase, that's literally the same. But, well, it's there if you want it. Oh, come on, not again! I mean, come on, man, what were you expecting? It's the final boss! Ah, God, the stunning! Like, you weren't expecting me to show off the final boss again? You're crazy. Like I said, it's really not that bad. Honestly, keep your distance and just dodge when he comes at you. It's a pretty good way to go. Otherwise, just, yeah, dodge things over far, wait for him to come to you. And then you'll be fine. Well, now he's being a dick. Also, you know, I probably should use the Art of the Inferno here. Which I didn't fully upgrade, by the way. So, it does give you a slight opening as well. Although, ow. Honestly, that was pretty stupid to go for. It felt pretty obvious he was going to do that. The only thing that makes Darkrai not super bad is that he leaves himself open way too much. Basically, you just want to use the rest of your healing items and just go after him. Just make sure you don't give him too many openings yourself. Otherwise, you're going to feel like an idiot. Oh, yeah, you should probably show off all those other items work, too. You know, it should be pretty obvious, but even still. But, yup. This will be a great accomplishment. Why get through this? Ah! That hurt. Damn it. Try to jump properly. I did not. Getting this on Master Ninja would feel like one heck of an accomplishment for me. Yeah, this dude just leaves himself way too open. Seriously, who are the people who think this is one of the hardest bosses in the game? Just be smart. It's really not hard. Yep, just time your jump with the dragon landing, will be fine. Ow. Bitch, get the hell out of here. And there we go, that's it! Everybody just thinks he's hard because he gets rid of the flying swallow strategy, but otherwise, he's still about the same. He leaves himself with almost no defenses. Like, as long as you attack him and don't let him hit you a lot, he's not bad. One of the people said he's one of the hardest bosses in this game. I mean, for the uninitiated, sure. But you know what you're doing in this game, and you still have the items to survive, he's a joke. And there we go! Just like that! That is the end of Ninja Gaiden Black on Master Ninja. I had to buff the content by showing all the bosses that were a difficult stage from hard onward because there's almost nothing new. Which honestly makes the Master Ninja difficulty feel like a waste of time or anything, I gotta admit. Normal hard felt like a great jump. Hard to very hard felt like an insane jump as well. But this, it felt like more like a petty excuse to have all the toughest enemies in the game get involved. Just be happy you did it, my goodness. You completed the game's hardest challenge. And you can't even be happy about it? Man.
It's over.
Some people are never pleased. Just play Ninja Gaiden 2 on Master Ninja, then we'll see how you really feel. I've heard horror stories about it, honestly. I've heard horror stories. And I've heard that the game's harder to handle than this one, but maybe someday. We'll get to it someday. But yes, as you see, that's about it. Oh yeah, and the items for 49 and 50 gold. Yeah, I forgot. The Plasma Saber Mark II, you actually get for 49 golden scarabs on hard, very hard, and Master Ninja. 50 is what gives you the Dark Dragon Blade. So you basically get another alternate version of the freaking True Dragon Sword, and basically an alternate version of the Double Arrow. Those are what you get. And I guess they're both basically stronger versions of each. But that's it. That's all you get for those. So yep. It feels like hard, honestly, how Master Ninja plays out, but, you know, just the toughest of every enemy variety you're going to see. That's literally it. There's no new enemy introduced at all on Master Ninja. Not a single one. Not a one. That's why very hard. This feels like the pinnacle of this game for me. Master Ninja just felt like more of an annoyance. Yeah, I guess I can at least say that. For me, I think the perfect difficulty for this was very hard. For those that really want an actual challenge, though. Master Ninja just felt like it was like adding extra shit just to be petty. And everyone over, there's actually a gauntlet in the archive. Where you fought the first evil Ryu. After Chapter 7, there was a battle bunch of flame ninjas and black cats. That fight was hell. It probably got me lives of thousands of gods, but I decided not to get through it because I was too stubborn to want to get through every gauntlet. And the one gauntlet, the arena where he fought Doku, was all the Figorian Berserkers. So that was fun, too. But yep, as you can see, my final clear time and rank for everything I did on Master Ninja was Head Ninja. No! It's because you didn't get a million info. Damn it! Or a million of the, yeah, that. Oh, yeah, and the gauntlet by the Great Bridge is also all the, freaking laser crabs at the start, so that was fun. Well, yep, no new difficulty unlocked. No new costume unlocked. Literally, that was just for your own satisfaction. God damn it, what a waste of time that was. What a waste of freaking time. God damn it. But there you go. That is Master Ninja for you. And I basically showed off every single boss in their toughened state. The worms don't get any harder. And, oh yeah, the military vehicles, the tanks and the helicopter. The helicopter might get a little harder, but not really. It just adds some strategies, but does the same thing as it always does. Fires missiles at you from afar, it can be hard to dodge, has machine gun fire, and does the nuke bombing raid sometimes. Which I don't know if I show that off at any point, but yeah, you just want to dodge to the side of that, otherwise it hurts like a bitch. But yep, that's every difficulty of Ninja Gaiden Black conquered. I'll just say it this way. I feel like Master Ninja is not worth it. Honestly, just adding the toughest enemies, it made the beginning of the game incredibly hard, but to me it wasn't a satisfying challenge when it just got to the point I felt like I had to, like, get abused to learn how to get through some of the toughest enemies. Like, man, honestly, I felt like Very Hard is a more fair difficulty in regards to adding more tougher enemies and freaking actually expecting you to really master a lot of what the game had to offer, instead of literally just torturing you. But at the very least, as long as you're smart with how you play the game, make use of recovery items, know how to utilize your weapons and tactics, have it show off to Kitetsu, you know? I think I might take the missions mode to actually show off some of the other weapons. Might experiment and have some fun with it. I'll see, but yep. The main game is done. I got through Master Ninja, and I don't feel much from it after doing Very Hard. That was the most satisfying for me, honestly. But yep, next time, we will start the missions! See you guys next time when we get to battle even more of these fiends in the missions they give us.